All right. Good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB. And yes, I'm back for another episode. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week since the last preseason game to get your mind set and ready for this 2025 campaign. Boy, it's going to be a rocky campaign, but I hope you guys from the end of last season all the way through this transition of getting a new head coach and basically just resetting the team. I hope you guys have got your minds prepared for the unexpected. So I don't know which way this is going to go, but we will see. I will get more into that as the show goes on. But man, I'm excited for the 2025 season to come up. Um, but before I get into that, man, I just want to shout out everybody. Um, I do want to apologize, man. I wanted to come on late last night, but I couldn't. So I just popped up today with this show. This show um, wanted to get it out last week, but it's okay because the team has a week off. So just tonight, I want to chirp on the roster cuts, the QB decision, and we will not get into the upcoming matchup this week. I mean, this episode. Stay tuned. The goal is tomorrow night to have our preview show, and then we will get into the matchup that show. So tonight, basically, just some Saints talk, some transactions that's been made, and then just some thoughts and expectations on what to expect for this 2025 season. And then that'll be it. I will say tomorrow night the phone lines will be open. So be expected to click in, um, give us your thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna have my boy Uptown in the building, so it's gonna be a live show tomorrow. So just be expected to tune in and give us your thoughts and opinions on the upcoming matchup. So let's just go ahead and get started. I wanna start off with the roster cuts. Let's pull it up on my phone. The roster cuts, notable roster cuts, and then I'm gonna get into some key roster cuts. Um, Notable players that was released that I thought was gonna have a shot at the team, and I'm calling these names out, but I don't know if some of these guys got called to the practice squad, but DeMarco Jackson, that was a guy that's been with the team a couple years. He really wasn't getting too much action like that, but when the time he got drafted out of App State, I thought this guy was gonna, possibly with time to develop and stuff, he could possibly be one of our starters moving forward. But after 3 years, you still ain't making noise like that. Yes, I could see why they wanted to go in a different direction. Another guy was Rico Payton. Rico Payton, I'm not gonna say that was a shocker, but that was a guy last season that was inserted into the lineup due to injuries. And he made little few plays here and there, kind of potential guys. So um, I'm assuming Kellen Moore wanted to go elsewhere with that decision. Other notable guys before I get into the surprising, well, not surprising cuts, but the big cuts. Let's see. John Ridgeway. John Ridgeway, I believe he got injured and was put on IR. So that pretty much ends his campaign for the season. Okay, and that's about it. So James Burnoff, I will say James Burnoff, he was in a punting competition with Blake Groupie. No, I'm sorry, he was in a competition. Um, Hayball got released, and then we brought in a punter. So it was a two-way punter competition. Barneff, he lost that competition, so he got waived. So that's how that punter competition played out. Far as the kicker competition, Charlie Smith, he did get waived, but it was really Blake Groupie's competition to lose. So that's how that played out. Then I want to get into some notable cuts, which I would just want to chirp on a little bit. Dante Pettis, I'm really not too shocked that he got released. I know he was inserted in the lineup a little bit. I'm also not that shocked by Cam Akers and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I believe Devin Neal done enough to show the team that he deserves to be on the 53. And a guy like Devin Neal, you don't even want to put him on the practice squad because I believe a team was going to pick him up, seen potential in this guy in college. So a little time to get developed, and I believe he can get inserted. And we'll see how this thing goes. But definitely some good runs from him in that last preseason game. Jake Hayner, this is not a surprise either. Um, the only thing that I did believe that the team was going to carry three QBs, but they decided to go with two. But Jake Hanna, he was released, but he was brought to the practice squad. So basically, something happened to one of the QBs. Jake Hanna get called up to the team. So that situation was nothing too surprising. I don't even know why Kellen Moore was giving Jake Hanna the reps. Like that took away reps from Shuck and Rattler in training camp. You knew this guy wasn't gonna win out that competition. But I guess you just wanted to see, man. First time here, is what it is. Okay. Isaiah Falsky. I do want to chirp into him before I just see my guy JT rolled up, said blessing CB. Who that to you, JT? JT, we're doing the preview show tomorrow. Me and Uptown gonna be on here. We will have the phone lines open tomorrow night, so we would definitely love to hear you call in and give your thoughts. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of info you want to get out off your chest about the team, and we love to hear it over here. So shout out to you. I also see Davy Alves. Not sure if I said that right, fam, but who that from Brazil, brother? Ooh, who that from Brazil? Shout out to you. Shout out to Brazil. Nice place out there, man. Welcome to the podcast. Glad to have you on. Yes, so tomorrow night, you guys please tune in and call in. Call in. I would love to hear from you as well, Davy from Brazil. Would love to hear from you. We had the phone lines open. But Isaiah Falsky, this is the guy that this is the high second round draft pick that was brought in. As you can see from the start of the first preseason game, they gave him every opportunity to show them something. And obviously, as you can see, he didn't show them pretty much anything. So Isaiah Falsky was released. The thing about this season, the defense that he thrived in, the style of defense that he thrived in at Notre Dame was a 3-4 system. So Kellen Moore coming in with this, when he brought in Staley to run this 3-4 system, um, everything was pretty much like headed out to Isaiah, like as far as in the sense of, hey, you thrived in this style of defense, so this shouldn't be too much of an adjustment you have to make. And then you was given all the opportunities during preseason to make your name known, to make a chance to get on the 53. This was a prove it year for you. Year two, you was nabbed with injuries, and I think the first year you was kind of nabbed with injuries. So this year wasn't no excuse, and you just wasn't the guy, man. It just didn't pan out. I wish the best for you, but you definitely wasn't a second round pick from the production I seen. So yeah, that was pretty much a waste of a highly second round draft pick. We would definitely talk about another second round draft pick in a few minutes. Um, so Isaiah Falsky, I'm not shocked that the guy got released. Honestly, once Kellen started bringing in his defensive lineman that he wants, then it's like I said, they gave him every opportunity to try to prove something to them, and he didn't. So not shocking to see Isaiah Foskey didn't make the cut. Wasted second round draft pick. This guy at this point in time should have been in the starting rotation, to be honest. Cam Jordan was, I mean, he was getting more more reps than you. So that just pretty much tell everything that we need to know. And the last roster cut, notable roster cut, is special teams JT Gray. And this happened earlier today or yesterday, I forgot. Um, I've been pretty much busy. But JT Gray, I was kind of shocked by this one. And the reason I was shocked by this pick being released, it's not the fact that he was making the all pros. Well, no. It had everything to do with that. Excuse me. But pretty much telling me that this guy hadn't he wasn't making a presence on special teams this season. I know he was kind of nicked up early on in training camp, but this guy have shown production year after year after year at the special team position. Now I know it's like kickoff, a few modifications made. So you made far as the kickoff return part, I mean the kickoff part, yes, he made his name known in that way, but JT really made his presence known on the punt return, and punts. Punt and punt return was really where he made his statement, in my opinion. He did make his presence known on the kickoff as well, but it was really the punt and punt return where he made his presence known. I do know JT Gray is 29 years old. I think he'll be 30 this year. I get it. But yeah, man, that was pretty shocking to me. And I know I see Davey said to be cut like that, they must have liked Rice. Yes, fam. That must have been the case, but at the special team position, it wouldn't hurt to have a lot of depth. But I mean, I get it that you don't want to have a lot of depth of just special team only guys. JT Gray wasn't of presence. He didn't make no type of noise at the safety position. Safety position was just kind of a position that you had to fill him in at when it come to turning in game day rosters. So maybe they looked at it like that. JT said CB Kellen is building his team. He building his team, fam. I get it. I absolutely get it. And this move was a part of it. Maybe he's seen a young guy that can give them, you know, years of production. And JT Gray, I'm not gonna say that his production was the reason for his release. They just wanted to go in a new direction. It said a guy going on 30, how long you gonna continue to be a force? So, man, I get it. Okay, so that's it for the roster cuts. Now I want to get into this QB situation. The QB situation, as you guys know, Spencer Rattler was named starter over Tyler Shuck. Now, it's a lot of ways you can go with this situation. I would go at one angle. I'll start with one angle. Some people see it as okay, Spencer Rattler. You go with Spencer Rattler because he's more experienced. Um, I can kind of see it that way, but I mean, how much more experience do he got than Tyler Shuck? Just those 6 games, is that a ton of experience? No, I do know he got a year on this belt, and he do have a year on his belt. Those 6 games was crucial, but you really didn't he really didn't have a supporting cast like that in those 6 games. Another way you can look at it is he was just flat out better. I mean, flat out better. I won't even. I disagree with that. I believe that preseason wise, they was dead even. The production was about dead even. Didn't nobody, take the reins and run away with it. Didn't nobody. Neither one of them done that. So I won't go that route with that. I'll just say that the preseason was even. Too close to call with the preseason performance. Think where Spencer Rattler got the edge was in those practices, in the training camp practices, in the scrimmages that they was having. He definitely was performing better than Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck really didn't have too many highlights in the training camp. So, if it's too close to call like that, then you have to look at how was the practices going. So, maybe that was a way you can look at it. The way CB looks at it, and the only reason I look at it is that he's a second round. He's a highly second round pick. I believe in a too close to call situation. To me, if it's a too close to call situation, like they say it was, I thought they would have just went on and just went with Shuck. You go with Shuck and you see what you got off rip. That's just how I see it. Off rip, you just go ahead and see what you got because now just say um just say the team gets off to a bad start. We'll get a kind of feel this Sunday of how this team is gonna look. If the team stay healthy, if is we gonna be trash healthy, or is we gonna be average healthy, or is we gonna be surprisingly, making noise as a healthy unit. So we'll get to figure out all of that Sunday, get some form of sense of what it's gonna look like. But yeah, I felt like, and I will say this, put this out there. I'm excited for Spencer Rattler. This has nothing to do with that. I'm not pissed or nothing. Really, if we being honest with that nation, like, is it anything from either guy? Is it anything you take away from training camp or preseason to be hopping around about like, yes, our guys in the building? No. So what's going to have to happen? Obviously, Spencer is the guy that's taking the reign. He gonna have to go out there, turn up, give us something to be hopeful for that he can provide for us in the future. If it goes that route, then we got another issue. So the issue is, man, why did we waste a highly second round pick on Tyler Shuck? Because we was, I don't know what number we was. We was picked 40 in the draft. So you think it's 32 teams. So a high second round, that's basically, if you look at it, like a low first round pick. Basically, that's how I look at it. So yeah, Spencer Rattler goes out there and turn up. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting for who that nation. But then you got to look at it the other way. Well, what the heck do we do with Tyler Shuck? Because there's no use of saying at some point he gonna get his shot. Then if you're saying it that way, you're basically dismissing Spencer Rattler. You're basically saying, well, Rattler's gonna go out there and give us a few games, and then he's not gonna be playing up to par. So then Tyler Shuck comes in. No, I'm not about to do Spencer Rattler like that. I see Rose City in the building. Said, "Who that CB? Who that to you, Rose City? Who that to you?" Once again, man, apologies for just popping up. I mean, I wish I would have gave another notice, but I just wanted to hop on, man. Like I said, it's gonna be a busy week for the podcast. We got a lot of content coming out, and I'm also trying to add. I was thinking about doing a NFC South roundtable, but to be honest, I don't want to. I don't even know what our team is gonna look like. So I really don't want to waste no time chopping it up with other guys in the division, to be honest. So it's gonna be a round table, and it's most likely gonna be a Saints round table. So um, I'm gonna reach out to guys, see what TJ doing, see what Big Q doing, a few more guys, Dolph, who that day is. It's just some guys I'm gonna reach out to and see what they schedule looking like for the week, and maybe Friday or Saturday, early Saturday, just see how the schedule looking. Once again, try to get those guys um on here. Shout out to Jerry in the building. I see you in the building, Jerry. Jerry said I was looking for you Monday night. Yeah, fam. I was supposed to get on late Monday night, but it just didn't work out. I was just saying, like, it just didn't work out Monday night. But I'm here, fam. Just wanted to. I'm not even getting into the Cardinals game on this episode. Tomorrow night, Uptown will be on, and we will have our preview show discussing the upcoming matchup versus the Arizona Cardinals. And then, depending on what day, I will say this, and then I get back to the discussion. I do plan on doing a roundtable, like I just said, Saints roundtable. If that doesn't work out, I will be doing a Madden stream at some point. So we got the preview show and the Madden stream for sure coming out this week. And then like I said, I'm gonna work on that roundtable. So just be on the lookout. It's a lot of content coming out from the page. The season is here, so it's time to really eat. Okay, so back to what I was saying about the QB situation. Like I said, the decision, how I look at it is, man, you really done caused a situation now. Like, and what I mean by that is, I'm not about to go into the season expecting Tyler Shutt to come in. Like, I'm saying, as fans, we shouldn't be looking at it like that. Like, well, at some point in the season, so if you look at it like that, once again, you're basically saying Spencer Rattler's going to come in here and have a poor performance so bad enough to where they got to make the QB change midway through the season. And there's a lot of people saying that. I'm talking about a lot of Saints podcasts, a lot of ESPN people and stuff like that. They thinking that Shuck is going to come in. So to me, that's basically writing Spencer Rattler. Why even, if you're looking at it like that, why even want him? Why would you even want him to go out there and start to begin with? And if the coaching staff looking at it like that, that's a whack way to look at it. Might as well just let's. That's how I thought it was going to go in a too close to call situation. You might as well let Shuck go out there, give it to the high second round draft pick. Let's go ahead and see what we can get from him. And then by the deadline, if we're, like I said, deadline is what, week 8. If we about 2-7, something like that, and you can clearly see that we're sure he's either going to need more time or he's not providing. I mean, but the thing with Shucks, he's up there in age. So, like, how long are you willing to wait on Shuck to develop? But I'm saying, if he goes out there, go ahead and give us a sign that he's going to need additional more time, or you can clearly see that this guy, the future ain't looking too bright for him. Not saying, I'm saying you see it like that, and then who knows if the team wants to trade away the vet players, let them go chase a championship somewhere else. So basically, at that point, you can do all of that, make your moves, and then stock up on draft picks because your record can show that things is over, or it can go the reverse route. We get to the trade deadline and Shuck is not the reason why the team is in that position. Shuck has own problems. He's turning up, and then we let him finish out the season. And it is what it is with Spencer Rattler. It's just, hey man, it's just the fact that they brought in this highly second round draft pick, and you just happen to be a fifth. And the cards play like that, and maybe another team can maybe try to get Rattler on their squad and develop him, and they see potential. I mean, who knows? But that's just the way it goes. If you're going to get a second round draft pick, you want to see him out there at some point. But if you're doing it this route, and Spencer Rattler turns up, you'll be that's going to be messed up for you. How you going to take Rattler out if he goes in there and turns up? Why even draft Shuck? But it is what it is, man. That's just how I see it. Like I said, it ain't no debate, man. I'm excited for Rattler. Rattler, a guy that last year he shown a few potential plays that he could possibly be like that. Preseason and training camp, he did not show any type of promise to me, that he's gonna be our guy of the future. Hey, this week 1, hey, he might get in his mold and start turning up. We'll see. I mean, and if we being honest, as far as on Spencer Rattler's behalf, this is the thing with Rattler. Rattler had a ton of to me. I think Rattler had more pressure than Tyler Shuck. Because the thing with Tyler Shuck, if you looking at it, if you would have lost the battle like you just lost the battle, at some point they still looking at some point to bring you in. So you still got that on your shoulder. But with Spencer Rattler, you in a competition, you knowing that they drafted a guy that they like. You was on the roster before they went into this draft. And they still took a highly quarterback. So they plans on you was like, oh well, let's just do him service and just say we gave him a shot. So honestly, they thought that Tyler Shuck was going to beat you out. That's how they felt. That's exactly how they felt. But you showed them otherwise. I mean, was it a clear win? No, the practices. That's how you was able to win this through the practices. But the game tape was about even on both sides. That comeback he did was against some third streamers, and um, the Tyler Shuck, some of his throws was against some second and third streamers as well. So kind of give and take. But we'll see what happens, man. I just wish the best for Spencer Rattler. But my only thing, like I said, if Rattler goes out there and turns up, what is we gonna do? What is we gonna do with Tyler Shuck? We're seeing a situation in Minnesota. You seen Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a heck of a season last year. Had a heck of a season. Got to the playoffs. Didn't play. Didn't play the. He didn't play well in the playoff game. He out of there. So Spencer, he gonna be on thin ice, man. JJ McCarthy, he was a first round draft pick. I think ninth in the 24 draft. At some point, they looking to make that switch. That was the opportunity for them to make that switch. Had a tremendous season, but Sam Darnold was able to play himself elsewhere. So if it happens like that, hopefully Spencer can play himself elsewhere. Because once they make that move, Shuck, they're gonna give him every opportunity. So it ain't gonna be a back and forth thing. Once Shuck gets in there, he's gonna be the guy. But it plays out like this. I just hope Shuck is ready if he gets the opportunity. But Spencer, I'm behind you, man. Go turn up. Go turn up. And there's something else I wanted to trip on with that, but I ain't even gonna get on that, man. I ain't gonna get on that. I'm not gonna get on that. Because that's a whole nother situation. It was a lot of overreaction off of Saturday's matchup, but I ain't gonna get into that, man. Okay, so that's pretty much that's pretty much what I wanted to get on and talk about. Who that nation far as the roster, going into week 1, I pretty much the QB room remains to be seen. The running back room, I'm liking that. I like what I seen from Kendra Miller coming out of preseason. He had a decent preseason. He stayed healthy. That's a good thing. Devin Neal, a little bit that I seen, but you're gonna have time during practice to, still develop, get that practice in, get right, and just say hopefully it doesn't happen. Just say if AK happens to get banged up or anything, I believe that you can step in and compliment Kendra Miller. So I'm liking the running back room. We go to the wide receiver room. Wide receiver room. I'm liking that. Shout out to Mason Tipton. Mason Tipton was definitely the the crown winner of the preseason. Definitely the crown winner of the preseason, hands down. That's nothing to really debate about. Played on to the 53-man roster. Um, so shout out to him. I'm liking the room. I'm liking the room. Um, we brought in a physical receiver. Shout out to Devon Vale. I really ain't seen too much tape on you. I'm talking about in live action, but you're a big body receiver, 6'5", like 220, something like that. So hopefully you can give us that physical presence we need at receiver. Does that mean you're going to be starting? I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out, but for us to make the trade for you at the end of the preseason going into, I don't think this is no trial for us. This. I don't think this is an experiment. I believe, they have a vision for you to get implemented into this offense. And all I can say, man, is just turn up when you go out there, because we don't we don't have no big body receivers like that. We don't have no physical receivers, no possession type receivers. Um, Olave and Shaheed, they developing. Shaheed, I could see a lot more. He done got a lot more physical. But if we just talking about overall, man, I don't put them in possession type um categories yet. I'm talking about making the third down, key third down catches. I don't see that right now. But obviously, it's going to happen with them in some sort. But just do your thing when you come in, man. The tight end room, Foster nagging injury. But we do have Taysom, so I'm not tripping on that. Taysom gonna be the Joker, but if Foster is really not giving us, no availability, then Taysom must step in his role. Taysom, I don't know when Taysom will be back. If I'm not mistaken, he hasn't came off of the list, so he won't be available this week. I think it'll kind of be a week by week basis, and this is based off of the ACL injury. So this is nothing that occurred in training camp. He didn't even start training. He started training camp on PUP. So this is nothing that happened in the off season, in the off season pro OTAs, none of that. It's based off the ACL. So just cautious, and I get it. Good stuff, because we're gonna need Taysom. He might get a lot more snaps at QB that we expect. Do you trust Tay? I mean, I ain't gonna put that debate up, man. We just gonna see what happens, man. But okay, QB. I mean, tight end room is straight. Offensive line. We will see Fuaga. I expect Fuaga to be solid. Kelvin Banks, you had a solid preseason, man, to be honest. So I'm just hoping he keeps up the good work, keep it moving. The interior offensive lineman, I think this is going to be our kryptonite, even with Cesar Ruiz in there. Cesar Ruiz, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Like, honestly, we gave you a 4-year, $40 million contract. Turn up, Ruiz. Like, we really having this discussion. I can see what Trevor Penning, I mean, from day one, you could see that he needed time. We gave him the time, and it still didn't work out at the tackle position. So we move him inside. He get nicked up in training camp. So it's kind of like, we don't know what we're gonna get out of him at that position. So it remains to be seen there. But Cesar Ruiz position, that's no excuse. You got the big dollars, man. Go out there, turn up, bro. Straight up, man. Straight up. I'm getting pissy. I'm getting pissed talking about it, man. Shout out to RG Scott. Who that just joining in? Who that to you, fam? You coming in on me talking about Cesar Ruiz, man. Pissed off. Just talking about the dude. We gave him the big dollars. Go out there, turn up. Shit, the offensive line, this was the position that we thought was gonna be the best. And it was even some segments by some reporters saying that this offensive line group might be one of the tops in the league. Like in the upper parts of the league, as far as a offensive line group. Eric McCoy, Ruiz supposed to be in that discussion with the McCoys and stuff. We're paying you like it. Okay, you go out to the tackle. Fuaga had a solid rookie year. Paying you, I expect that to continue. And you at your natural position. Expect that to continue and get even better. Kelvin Banks displayed at left tackle, man. He had a solid preseason. I know he's going up against backups and stuff majority of the time, but hey, man, what can you do? I'm not about to discredit that. He got some good work in, man. He did what he had to do. And then the left guard position, I don't know what we're gonna get from Trevor Penning. I just hope it's good production. His status for week one, I'm not sure what it is. The last I've heard that he was out of his walking boot, walking around. So hopefully that's looking good for week one. I think his status is still questionable at this point, but we will see. We will see how that turn out. But the offensive line, this was something that I didn't expect to address. And who that nation, if our offensive line is having issues, you can pretty much I'm talking about any type of hope to be competitive or anything offensively. You can go ahead and counsel that because we do not have both QBs displayed. They cannot adjust the pressure. Interior pressure at all. They just don't have that skill set to get away from the interior part of the pressure. So we basically we daggum near asking our offensive line. I'm talking about the McCoys, the even Kelvin Banks. He gonna be blocking the blind side. We gotta ask these guys to pretty much their play perfect. That's what it's basically got to come down to. And I wasn't expecting it to be this way. Not with this group. Not with this position group. I didn't expect it. But that's just where we're at right now. Cesar Ruiz, wake up, man. Wake up and turn up. So we can get a true evaluation of our QB Spencer Rattler. He our guy. Give him time. Protect him, man. Protect him so he can get the ball to our receivers. Okay, moving on to the defense. Okay, defensive line. I'm liking the defensive line, man. Granderson, he's gonna be standing up, but so I'ma still just due to the system, I'ma still include them in the defensive line. But just want to know that Carl Granderson, this guy turned up the last preseason game. I know it's preseason, man, but at this point, I just want to see stuff that's gonna make me smile a little bit and be like, okay, I see you. Carl Granderson, if he can turn up right there, man, that's gonna be solid for us this season. I didn't see too many plays when the starters was in that the linebackers was dropping back. I'm talking about the outside linebackers dropping back in coverage. I didn't see too many of those plays, which I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to at some point. And the plays that they did, they looked at pretty decent, him and Chase. But Carl definitely made some plays, man. And hey, standing up might be better for him. Even better for him. Because Carl Granderson, he was knocking on that door anyway. To 2 years ago, it was shifting in his favor to be our, top defensive end. That's when that merge was coming in, with with him and Cam, and then that following season really didn't see it open up like that. Hopefully, this is the year it opens up because we need it. We need it. This you're not a rookie, so somebody gonna have to give us at least an 8 to 10 sack season on that line and outside linebackers because the outside once again they gonna be rushing more than more than I you know more than the position displays. I say it like that. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm excited for I'm excited for the rookie. He got time to develop. Vernon Broughton, he got time to develop. So guys like Galchalk, he gonna be a starter. Nathan Shepard, he's getting some reps in there too. I don't see him starting. I think it's gonna be Galchalk and Brian Brzee. It could be Galchalk or Brian Brzee. I see Galchalk is gonna be the nose. Then you got Brian Brzee is one end, and the other end you're gonna have Cam Jordan. We see how that plays out. Cam Jordan he gonna be out there, man. Will he be standing up? No, I see him being just that other defensive end. I see him being that other defensive end. But like I said, a lot of the play calls, I believe they're going to be sliding inside, to the three gap, where they inside with you know, on the outside shoulder of the guard. So they won't be lined up on the outside of the tackle in a lot of formations. That's just how I was seeing it. Now, if Cam Jordan is inside a lot of the times, I think he can still provide us with some good run stops and stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his name got called a couple times on that preseason game. So, hey, if he can provide us something, man, I'm all for it. But I'm not hanging my hat on him to be our driving force. If that's the case, then that's a huge issue for us Saints fans. If Cam Jordan has to be our guy that we rely on to lead us in sacks and stuff, that them days should have been far gone. But we will see once again. The linebacker position, I like the linebacker position. The Mario, Pete, that tandem. Pete gotta stay healthy. Strutsman coming in behind him. He gets time to develop and come in behind him. Stallbird, shout out to Stallbird. He made the 53. Them two can get time to develop and you know they number might be called. Who knows? He hadn't given us a full season fully healthy. So who knows at some point, man. Strutman, you're up first. So just get that time to develop and stuff in practice, man. Okay, our DB's Alante. I'm not sure if he's going to be available Sunday, but is he our number one? Or to me, yeah, I got him being our number one going into week one. So he needs to be traveling with, our best receivers. Far as Kool-Aid in the preseason games, the snaps that he played, I really didn't see a lot from him. Um, so I wasn't going to week one crowning him or having him travel with Marvin Harrison. I wouldn't have that. I trust Alante more to do that. So I see that. Kool-Aid, we'll see how that plans out. Alante done showed us potential. He showed us that he can be a exceptional slot guy, but he want the bag, go on the outside and go outside on the outside and eat. So he gonna have to do that. Okay, far as depth at that position, I like the depth. I like the depth. Far as our slot, with Isaac Yadam. Well, Isaac Yiadom be in the slot, I don't know. So I really don't know how that's gonna play out. Is they gonna have him in the slot or not? But we'll see, man. We'll see how that plays out. Going to the safety position, we got depth there. Jordan Howden made the 53, so that's good news for him. I thought he was gonna be one of the cuts, but no, he played himself to the 53, so that's good for him. Justin Blackman and Justin Reed. Justin Reed, I don't got too much negative or nothing negative to say about him at this point. His resume speaks for itself. Justin Blackman, stay healthy. Word on the street is when you healthy, you like that. You an animal out there. Well, you gotta stay healthy to display that. That play in the preseason game, I ain't gonna charge you to the game on that. Um I don't forgot exactly how that play develop, but yeah, you allowed the receiver to box you out. So I ain't gonna charge you to the game on that one. I see Miss Dana in the building. Who that Miss Dana? I just popped on tonight. I didn't give no time or nothing. I was supposed to get on last night, like I'm telling the rest of the listeners, but today I just found the time I wasn't busy to hop on, give you guys basically just recapping the whole off season training camp. And far as far as the upcoming matchup, we will have our preview show tomorrow, Miss Dana. So um hope you will join us tomorrow. We're gonna have the phone lines open as well. Me and Uptown will be on here, giving our thoughts about the matchup. I know Wednesdays is usually early because that's the first day, especially if you plan on Sunday, the injury report, that's the first day of injury report. So injury report, really won't be the best update on if, for an example, if Pennon will play Sunday. I'm pretty sure Wednesday he will be limited. He'll start off limited. He'll probably be limited all week long, but we'll see how that plays out. Will Pennon help or hurt us? I don't know. I don't know what Pennon is going to do, and I'm not saying that like if he's missing Sunday, oh, all hell breaking loose. I'm not saying it like that. Dude got to show me something at guard. But tackle definitely wasn't it for him. And then Miss Dana, like I said, we're gonna have a round table. Um, it's an 80% chance it's gonna happen. I'm just leaving that percentage in case it doesn't work out. Gonna try to get a few Saints podcasters on here, man. We just chop it up, just pit their brains and see what their mindset is about our New Orleans Saints. So I think that'll definitely be fun. Do that more Friday, maybe Saturday afternoon. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that pretty. I mean, far as Blake Groupie, we know what to expect from him, and our new punter, we'll see exactly what we get from him this season. RG Scott said, "I predict a typical blood pressure rating game that will end in a Saints win." Whew, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, fam. We definitely gonna get more into the game no more on tomorrow night's show. You guys be sure to tune in 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. Gonna give you guys an exceptional show. The OG, the co-host Uptown, gonna be in the building. Who knows, man? WD might pull up as well. We'll see how that plays out. But just be on the lookout for the show tomorrow night. Who that nation? Just glad all of y'all tuned in. Basically, just gave a rundown of the roster. My thoughts on how I seen how the depth chart looking, how it's gonna play out this season. It remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. But what we will be able to do tomorrow is break down some of the guys that's been on the team and see how those matchups are fare out. Just like quote unquote one that stands out, Alante against Marvin Harrison. I don't think Kool-Aid needs that matchup tomorrow. I mean, I don't think he needs that matchup Sunday. Let Alante, get that work with Marvin Harrison. We'll see how that plays out. We can chirp on that because we done seen Alante. Um, go out there and play for years for us. So just stuff like that. We'll see how that plays out. See who Kelvin Banks going to be going up against, first NFL start, things like that. We're gonna, give you guys an awesome show tomorrow. And once again, the phone lines will be open, so you guys be on the lookout to that. For that, also the Madden stream later on this week. You guys be sure to like, subscribe, follow the page. This the whole CB, and I'm out. Who that?